What am I doing? Who am I? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another vlog. One which I don't know if I wish I was doing or not, but I'm clearly a changed woman because I'm currently platting the Ferrari up because Enzo and I are off to dressage. And Banksy's giggling in his stable because he's saying, ha 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 ha, Enzo Ferrari, you have to go out in this and show off your dancing shoes. Oh, flats. They're not very good actually, but I don't think it's going to matter too much in this rain. I don't think anybody's going to be able to see them. But yeah, I think Banks is feeling a little bit smug not to be the one going. Although he keeps trying to knock everything off my partition. Been playing games with me, haven't you, boyo? But yeah, you're being a very good boy, Enzo. And we are off for some dressage practice in torrential rain. Yay! Right, you are on my phone. And I'm going to try and prop you there. Although I'm probably going to block... Oh no, you're falling over already. Maybe not. My mummy will be here in a minute. And when she's here, we'll start the vlog properly. Because at present, I need both hands. And I just knocked my platinum wax down there. That's better. The rain has stopped. We're on the camera. And I've got a marvellous assistant mummy. So welcome back to the channel, guys. Sorry, that was a bit of a spontaneous intro. Oh, I've also got a fabulous husband, look.
I didn't know you had a husband.
Well, golf's cancelled because the weather's so vile. Which is which? Tea for tea? Tea. Thank you. Oh no, I tempted fate. It started again.
Oh well, you have a redeeming feature. You brought me a cup of tea.
He has a redeeming feature. Right, let's start this properly. It's been a bit of a mash-up this morning. Rob was telling me he thought dressage might be cancelled if it's not indoors, but it's not. It's going ahead. What time, darling? Oh, by just gone 1. Firstly, oh, Enzo's having a wee. I wanted to say thank you for all of the love on the last vlog, which was Sir Banksy. Am I in focus? These cameras are driving me mad. I need to not wear a hat, don't I? Look, focus on my eye. Sir Banksy at Chillington, where, if you didn't watch to the very end of the vlog, you're on roll guard. Mum's on roll guard, he's having a wee. Yeah. We don't want him to roll because he's just been platted up. No, good boy, he's looking very smart. Aren't you? Hey? Back to Banksy. What I'm trying to say is we have qualified for Badminton 2026 by some mad, crazy chance. I really don't know how, literally. I could not be any prouder of him. He is 1 billion, zillion, trillion my horse of a lifetime, and he just... oh, melts my heart because he actually... oh, they're minty. Sorry, Ferrari, I'll give you one too. Because you're going to be a good boy today as well, aren't you? Yeah, you can have one and Banksy had the rest. He, yeah, exceeded all expectations last weekend. Tried his absolute heart out, but also had just the absolute blast. He had the best time around that cross-country course. He was pulling my arms off, massively up on time, even at 100 speed, weren't you? Admittedly, I was riding you in your snaffle, but... yeah, I'm still beaming a week later, or almost a week later, and just, I'm actually in shock. Like, he is such a cool dude, and I feel very, very lucky to be his mummy. Yes, I do. Both of your mummies. Yeah. Oh, a kiss. You don't normally let me kiss you. Well done. Is that a sign of a good day? Are we going to have a good day in the rain? We ended up in 8th place. And the top 20% qualify, and it was a really big section. There were 39 in our section, but it's down to starters, which are 38. So you just scraped in by the skin of your teeth. Is that the word? Skin of your teeth? You don't have skin on teeth. Anyways, we are going, which is mega exciting. Quite a shock. I was just shocked and delighted with the double clear, let alone a top 10 placing at championship level, and it just really does go to show that, I was going to say this old boy, but I'm still saying he's in his prime, has still well and truly got it in him. And the comments on the vlog, guys, are just so lovely, so supportive, so like celebratory with us, which was just, yeah, melted my heart and makes me extremely proud and elated. I think elated is the word. He's had a well-deserved week off, or 5 days so far. I did ride him on Tuesday just to make sure after we travelled back on Monday that he was 100% sound and feeling good. And then he is now going to have a week or so off whilst I decide what to do with him next. What, Mum? She feels like she's about to say something to me. Oh no, now he's having a pee. It's p.o'clock here. Anyways, lens is steaming up because it's got wet. I am going to move swiftly on to Enzo Ferrari because this is a bit more of an update on him. I will do another vlog about the plans with what we are going to do with Sir Banksy next, because his season has been short and very sweet. He has only done 2 BEs, 190, and that was to get our MER for Bicton, and then 100, which was me going out saying I'm definitely not going to waste this ticket, I want to use it, and then by some miraculous turn of fate we qualified. Alright, Mum?
Back with the water.
So yeah, a very short season, but it just shows that actually I was very correct in my decision making this year. There's quite a few events that I had entered and then chose not to run him at, and yeah, just reassures me that trusting my gut is by far the best thing to do, and I know him inside out. I know what sort of ground he likes, I know what events suit him, and I also now know, and it has really reinstalled, sorry, I've come back to Banks, it's meant to be about Enzo today. It's reinstalled my faith in my own self-belief. Belief? No, it's not about Dinks. In that, if I ride him positively and confidently, he would absolutely do anything I asked of him, because he trusts me implicitly, don't you? Wow! Are you telling Enzo it's not about him? They scrap over the partition so much. Don't be a grump. Everybody loves you. You've got to show your lovely side. He wants to go out, to be fair. He says I've been in all night, all morning while she's been platting. Right, more Banksy updates in the next video, because I do want to talk to you a bit more about what we were doing with him over the next 4 weeks, I shall say, before I'm not able to ride. But yeah, back to Enzo. He has not featured that much on the channel over the last 3 or 4 weeks, because he has been the star of the show, and I keep like going back there. But that's because he has, like, he's had a busy September. Enzo's had a relatively quiet start to September. However, we have just entered him to the Cotswold Cup event. I was going to say the championships. It's the same weekend as the championships, which do also have open classes. So you can qualify throughout the year to run there at Cirencester Park by entering their events and gaining points in their league table. And obviously I haven't, well, not obviously, but for those that have watched, you may be aware that I haven't actually run Enzo at any of their events, which is something I really did want to do, but I've just been a bit slower and longer getting going in this season with him than I had anticipated. But that is something that I'm not beating myself up about anymore. I feel like we have developed trust, a partnership and a bond, and I am really enjoying him, and there is absolutely no rush. He is only 6 and I am still having a great time with his lordship too. So Enzo is now going to do his first Cotswold Cup event next weekend, but in the 1-day competition that they have running alongside the championship 3-day classes. I wanted to keep it in the same format for him as what he will be doing going forwards, because I'm aware that at the Launceston competition it did blow his brain a little bit, going out straight from show jumping to, I keep thinking I'm going out of focus, going straight from show jumping to cross country. And yeah, I just want to treat each phase individually as we go. I am aware I'm waffling on, so I am going to leave you with a little bit of training that I had been doing with Enzo last week. I didn't actually make a vlog on it, but I did have somebody come along and film Lola and her mummy. We went cross-country schooling over the tough track at Trebedannon that Banksy won the Cornish Open on the weekend before. So I took him there because I was contemplating doing their hunter trial, which is on there today. But I do actually think that 1-day event format next weekend is going to be more beneficial to us than just a hunter trial. We've been schooling there. It's good for him to have seen some different jumps. He is still slightly over jumping new things, which is something we need to sort of iron out a little bit, because it is a little bit scary at times. But yeah, I'm going to insert some of the footage from there here now, and I also went schooling yesterday too, dressage schooling, and then we will see you when we get to Coleraine for our BD tests together. Oh, that's what I didn't say. I said we're going to dressage. I said we're just going to a training competition, but it's actually affiliated British dressage at Coleraine, and I need to be leaving in about 60 seconds, so I'm gonna go. Bye. Quick little interlude, guys, before we get to the cross-country training, because it's the next day and roles are reversed. It's my turn to make the drinky poos, because I've managed to bribe my darling husband into doing a bit of maintenance out in the yard for me this morning. You've already been strimming, haven't you? And you're gonna get up and do the gutters in exchange for a coffee and a roast dinner later. And whilst he's up doing the gutters, I asked if he could give my Reolink camera solar panels a bit of a dust off, wipe off and check over. And as you guys know, these are what power my stable security surveillance cameras. Oh, he's a keeper. And I know I show and share about them quite frequently on my channel. This one being the Go PT Ultra, which is a 4G connectivity, solar powered camera, so it doesn't need Wi-Fi or electric. But what I am aware of is that not all of you have stables and horses, but what you do all have is a front door. So today I am going to show you my Reolink video doorbell camera, which is actually a godsend because I get numerous parcels delivered in my line of work a week, and often if I'm not home it can be a little bit problematic if I was to miss a delivery. So it's really fab that I can talk to the delivery driver via the camera and let them know where to leave a parcel should I not be in. Yeah, this is the Reolink Wi-Fi doorbell. So it runs off Wi-Fi, not SIM card, but this one is rechargeable, so you don't have to have mains electric run to it. It's super easy to take off. You just need two hands. So yeah, simply remove it from the wall and plug it in, USB-C to charge, and literally the battery lasts like, I think 4 to 5 months. I think this is only the second time we have needed to charge it. You get an alert on your phone when the battery is getting low so that you know that it needs charging, and it gives you like full height vision of whoever maybe stood outside your door with a parcel. Should we do an example, Robbie? Have you got a parcel to deliver for me? It's probably 4 or 5 days a week I get a parcel delivered, but it's just really handy to know that I can speak to whoever presses a doorbell, tell them where to leave said parcel, and then also you can turn on like motion detector sensors, etc., so that you can be alerted if people come up to your house and don't actually even press the doorbell, just get seen, say, in your garden or around your property. You can also get the same style but in electric that you can hardwire in if you have electric running to your original doorbell, or say a light by your front door. And I think, needless to say as well, it is also weatherproof. Now this one does currently have 17% off at present on their website, so I will link it in the description box below. And do remember the code TINA5 does also get you an additional discount on all of the items over on the Reolink website. Thank you again, Reolink, for partnering with me on this video and helping me keep an eye on both my horses, my puppy dogs when I leave them in the kitchen, and then also on delivery drivers too. Nice. Go on. Yeah. Good boy. the heavens have opened again. This is a dedication. No, it's funny, I feel guilt when I don't share my time like equally between the horses. I feel like I've done so much of Banksy recently that Enzo's like, me, my turn. So that's why I entered today. One, good, because we need to keep on top of our schooling, because we've been working on that canter, especially the right rein, because it's been a lot weaker. So the aim of today is to not break in that canter, because sometimes when we're doing the canter, we can do our circle, and then when we come across a diagonal, he's like, I'm getting tired now. So yeah, that's one of my aims for today, is not to break in the canter. Oh, flying round with a trailer on the back. And yeah, the other aim is just to smile and enjoy it despite the weather, because it's absolutely disgusting outside. But I keep telling myself, how lucky are we to have what we have and do what we do. Best boys. Hopefully he won't be too cross at me for making him do it in this weather, but he seems quite happy. It will just probably go a little bit over bent and a little bit quarters towards the rein maybe, but you're right, Mum, you don't need to be quite in front of me.
It says something.
What are your thoughts?
It says something on your screen, and because my eyesight without glasses can't read it, I'm just hoping it's tracking you and not saying
Well, it
low
looks like
battery.
it's looking out the window.
Oh, you're there.
Definitely won't be low battery because it's fully charged. What are your thoughts on badminton?
Yeah.
We're back to Banksy.
You see, you've already switched your time back to Banksy.
I know.
I
Mum
think
guilt.
it's wonderful.
Yeah.
You don't define people by their age, and you don't define horses by their age. It's what they're ready to do. Yay!
Oh no, he 100% proved to me he still wants to event for a fair few years, straight while. Yeah, he was mega, and he wasn't even tired afterwards, considering the little amount of events I've done. It just, I think a few people said in my comments as well, like, it reiterates that everything that I have done with him has built his fitness, like the showing, the dressage, all of that builds fitness just as well as like eventing does. Like the runs they need to get their lungs going, but he's had a good few runs and beach trips. But yeah, he's mega, and Enzo is going to be mega today too. Positivity and self-belief. I think self-belief is one of the biggest things that makes a big difference. Having the right mindset and self-belief is extremely powerful, your mind is.
Here, here.
Here, here, we are here. Okay, so I don't actually have a tremendous amount of warm-up footage because we were indoors and the lighting indoors is never the best. However, he was going really nicely. He was really relaxed, really obedient. Felt nice and even on each rein. Nice and supple and responsive. So, yeah, I'll get straight into the tests, I think. So this was our first ever long arena test together. So it's prelim for 2024. And for some reason I entered from the left rein, which I would normally always enter off the right rein, especially at cull rein. However, it was fine. We came down the centre line and we tracked left and we were rewarded with a 7 with no comments. It felt like a very long centre line though. Yeah, definitely felt a little bit wibbly wobbly. It wouldn't feel quite as straight and positive as it does when I enter on Banksy. We then do a 20 metre circle at C. No, not at C, at S, right here. Which he felt nice. We were given a 7 and just comments of could be a bit more supple to bend. We then do a sharp turn left. Walk for 1 horse's length, which I was pleased with. And then back up into trot. And then turn right. For which we were given another 7 saying obedient could be more through. Then down at this end at P we do another 20 metre circle in trot, and as you can see there was quite a change in the rhythm there as noted by the judge, some loss of rhythm, and that's because Enzo was going for a poo and he did not want to trot and poo, so I had to keep my leg on quite not forcefully but quite forcefully, I guess is the word, for a 6. Anyway, we then go up into canter, which was quite a nice transition, I think, and we were rewarded a 7.5. Obedient, and I was really pleased with that because right canter has been a bit of a struggle for us recently. yeah, but since his chiro treatments, he has got a lot better. So I am thinking that potentially something was a little out, and that has helped him. So 7.5 for the upward, and then 7 for the working canter, and then we go back into trot. Says 7, could have better balance for that transition, but then up into the canter again, another 7.5. And yeah, no, he was really good. And the weather, look, it held off quite well in the first test. It's these on the diagonals he anticipates going back into trot. So yeah, again, could have better balance, and a 7. We then we go into walk at A, which was a nice transition, I feel. And we were rewarded another 7. And then we do a half circle right, 20 metres, free walk on a long rein, which is double marked. And I'm so used to Banks doing such a good stretch that it actually is harder on Enzo. He doesn't want to stretch. He feels he needs to stay on a contact. And I tried to say, no, you're fine. Please take the rein. Please stretch. So that is a work in progress. Nice, promising steps, as the judge says, but could stretch more and over track. So 6.5 for that. We then go up into the trot again, and we overshoot the centre line ever so slightly. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle back onto it for a 6. I think we got a nice halt, but Judge did we did get a nice halt. Judge did remark that we overshot the centre line, which is completely fair, but I was really, really pleased with the test. The remarks from the judge or comments were willing attitude to work shown. More marks to come when he develops better balance and connection, which I completely agree with. He couldn't possibly poo and trot, bless him. Things like that requires too much brain power. Good boy, though.
He was.
Very good. Kept his canter. He then had a very quick half an hour to learn the test and ride through the test quickly. I had ridden through the other one the day before, but I don't like to do both the day before because obviously I want to primarily remember the first one before moving on to the next one. So we come down the centre line and track right this time for a 6.5. It was a little bit wibbly wobbly. And then we do a 15-metre circle, which says 6.5 again, lacking activity. I think with it being slightly smaller, maybe I was a bit more tentative as opposed to pushing him forwards on a 20-metre circle. But we do pick the marks back up a bit here as we change the rein for a 7, saying, oh, could have better balance. I thought that looked quite nice. Never mind, we move swiftly on to doing a 15-metre circle at P for another 7 with no comments. And funnily enough, when I came out of this test, I think Em says it on camera, Em says she thought I looked more forwards in this test. But the judge says opposite. So 7 for that, no comment, and then we do a transition down from trot to walk for another 7, which I was really, really pleased with. Obedient, but could be more through into the contact. And then we do, this is a whole mark, including this medium walk here as well. So yes, he could be more, he's a little bit head bobby in the contact there, which is not like him actually. He's normally very good in the contact. We now go into free walk on a long rein for a double mark of 6.5, saying pleasing steps, but could stretch over back more. Again, completely agree. That is what we are working on, getting him to realise he can put his nose down and out. Been practicing that a lot, hacking as well actually, which he is getting better at. We then go up back into medium walk and a transition up into the trot, which was really nice, and we were rewarded a 7.5, saying obedient. And then we have to do a canter transition across the centre line, and I was a slight bit early, as you can see. And then also, as we came around this corner, he got all in a pickle with his back legs, but we didn't let it fluster us. I literally sat, re-asked for the canter again, and he went back up again into a nice right canter, which I was pleased with, because previously if we've broke, we may then struggle to get right again. We might go off on the left lead. So I was really, really pleased with that. And we were rewarded a 5, saying broke, which again is completely fair. This 20-metre circling canter and then back to trot was a 7. Could have better balance back. Again, agree, downward transitions do need work. Changing the rein, pleasing steps for a 7.5. And then this one, which I was really pleased with, up into canter on the left rein, across the centre line, we had an 8 saying fluent transition. So really, really pleased, and that's what I aspire to get the right rein ones to be like, the same as the left. We then do a 20-metre circle here at E, coming back to trot after the second centre line. And the canter work to me looks and feels nice. We just do have a little lack of balance there going downwards. But that's being really nitty-picky. Like, it's still very good for where we are together, I feel. I'm pleased with that. And we were rewarded a 7. We then go on to a 20-metre circle in stretchy trot, which again I would say is Banksy's forte. And Enzo's doing a pretty good job of it too. And we were given another 7 with no comments. And then pick the reins back up and come down the centre line, for which I remember it feeling a little bit wiggly again. And we had a 6.5 saying some loss of straightness. But again, I think the halt, as far as I remember, was pretty good, which I'm pleased with. Yeah, very, very pleased. Good Ferrari pony. Promising partnership. Willing horse. Now needs to develop more strength from behind and better balance, which, again, we 100% agree and are enjoying working on.
Is he a good boy? Is he a good boy? Is he a darling?
He's a darling. He just tries so hard, bless him, even when he's going to the toilet. Em said he won't have any more poo left in him. I was like, I think yeah.
These things happen.
So pleased, shame about the break.
Afterwards.
We timed that quite well. Are we gonna do a guess of scores? Nah. You never know with BD, do you? It's so different to BE.
Well, that's what I just said. Like of your 2 tests, I think you were a little bit more forward in the second, but the judge might prefer that.
Yeah,
to
you don't know
what
what tempo they're looking for.
No.
I felt like I had to ride him more forward because he felt more tired in the second test. Didn't you, darling? Hence the little break.
It so it's so nice together and everything.
Yeah, the canter will probably be told. That's what we get told or called. I'm doing a combination of the 2 words. Onward bound. Yeah, but no, I'm really pleased. I'm really pleased with the first test actually. Yeah, definitely the first one felt nicer.
It just all looked very harmonious.
Clever boy.
Is that the right word?
Yeah, clever boy.
Harmonious.
Yeah, harmonious. That's nice.
It's a big word for Emily.
Rhythmical, accurate. But I'm just pleased I remember that second one as well. It's always hard when you do 2 so close together, isn't it? That you go in and then you're like, this one looks very nice. This one's got a very jolly trot. But yeah, it's good just to practice because I've got to, what I'm thinking, I was thinking then as I came out, like, remember, come out, think of 3 positives. And I was thinking, what I want to do over the winter is get to the stage where I don't even think, oh, we might break in canter. Yeah. I'm just trying not to break in canter, so the aim is to get to the stage where that's not even a thought that occurs in your head, you're not going to break in canter. Yeah. So that's quite a good thing to work towards, isn't it, my darling? And out of 4 canters, you only broken 1 of them. And pooed for a lot in 1 too, which is hard work. I was like, we're not trotting, we're not stopping.
It is quite funny that first time he was like, what do you mean I've got to trot and poo? I can't do 2 things at once.
So then in the next test, he tried cantering and pooing.
That was a bit easier, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's because he's been in nice, luscious, grassy fields.
It's, it's all very green and wet at the moment.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to get a sponge him off, and we'll come back to you with the scores. But I actually do think the first one will be marked better. Well, we've broken the second.
Yeah, it's only 1 movement.
Yeah, it's only 1 movement.
And, like I said, you rectified it really neatly.
I've not done a 20/60 test with him yet. My centre lines felt so wobbly. I was laughing on that second one, being like, I was changing my diagonal to try and straighten him, and I was just like, the judge hasn't got a clue which way I'm turning at the end. Because I can't get straight, let alone get a bit of bend.
Which way?
Good boy. Right, let's sponge you off. I don't know if it's our first BD... No, it can't be. But it's our first 2 BD wins. Clever boy, he's in the prize money. Yay! And very consistent. I did say I think the first test was better than the second. However, the first test got 68.5 and the second test got 68.57. So pretty much bang on, but the second one actually is higher. So yeah, I would have done a voiceover, I would imagine. 7, 7, 7, 6, some loss of rhythm. some loss of rhythm on that cycle. That's where he pooed.
Oh.
And I was like, keep trotting, keep trotting, keep trotting. That's the first test. He pooed in both tests. Transition to working canter right. 7.5 obedient.
Yay!
Oh, I'm actually buzzing with that because right canter has been our nemesis. Not nemesis, it hasn't been a big issue, but it's been something I've needed to work on because occasionally he will strike off on the left lead. Even though I get really good bend, he favours the left. So, yeah, really pleased with that. 7, 7.5, 7, 7, 6.5. Oh, what did I do on the centre line? 6. Overshot the centre line. Yeah, no, really pleased. Willing attitude to work. Willing attitude to work shown. More marks to come when develops better balance and connection, which is so true. And then in the second one, overshot the centre line on entry. I came in from the left and I don't normally, I always come from the right, and I got there, I was like, ooh! Lacking activity on my first circle. How funny when Em said she thought I was more forwards on that one. Lacking activity 6.5, 7, 7, 7, 6.5. Pleasing stats, but could overtrack more. I'm not sure how brave to be in my free walk on a long rein with him at the minute because I don't want to risk jogging or trotting. And he has got a lovely forward walk, so I do just need to be a bit braver, but that's what we'll develop over the winter. Medium walk, 7.5, then broke in the canter, so we had a 5, and then, oh, was it a 5 or 5.5? We did come back up into canter straight away really well. 7.5, pleasing steps, change the rein, yeah, that felt nice. I felt like I could sit up and just push him forward on that change of rein. He wants to get moving. And then, up into the canter on the left rein, an 8.
Is that the highest so far?
It might be as far. No, he's had an 8 for a trotting circle before, but an 8 fluent transition, which actually I got there and I thought it felt nice, but I was concerned it might have been a stride early, but obviously it wasn't. And 7, 7, 7, 6.5, promising partnership, willing horse now needs to develop more strength from behind for better balance, which is 100% what we do.
Yay! And
So,
I think he wants to go home.
He does definitely want to go home, bless his heart, so we are going to get him home. We need fuel on the way home too. So I am going to end this vlog here because I'm going to go straight home and watch Blenheim because the cross country is currently on BBC. So we're going to go home, watch that, well, sort him out first, obviously. Let him out for a stretch in the rain. Thankfully, we didn't get too soaked. But yeah, really pleased. Thank you, Mum, for coming. Thank you, Em, for coming. Thank you, Enzo, for being a babe. Oh, you're not in there because I'm in reverse. I was like, it's gravel, not Enzo. And yeah, that is a wrap. Thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate your support, as I keep saying. And yeah, bring on the next video, which I'm not 100% sure what it'll be. But Mum says please do like, comment. I love reading your comments. Comment with, what should we ask? Comment with, if you've got this far, you might have already commented already, but if you've got this far, comment with how long you've been watching my channel for. Because I'd love to know how many people are either new here or are OGs and have been watching since I first started vlogging back in 2017, which crazily is 8 years ago.
You can find your longest viewer.
We might do something a little bit like that whilst I am out of action in a few weeks' time. I will tell you a bit more about that because I have another hospital appointment next week, and once we've had that I will then be an oversharer and share everything with you guys. But for now I'm going to get my precious Ferrari pony home via the fuel station, and I will see you all, the horsepower needs refuelling, in the next video. Bye!